Would you dare set foot in a place where a single misstep in a handshake can cost you all respect, where women are trained in strictly forbidden forests, and where an entire island has not a single car? That is Sierra Leone, a small nation on West Africa's coast, famed for giant diamonds, one of Africa's finest natural harbors, and a history bound to both freedom and pain. But behind that picture lies a maze of taboos and startling truths that will leave you stunned. And to begin this journey, let's uncover fact number 15, etiquette rules that seem simple, but can completely change how you're welcomed here. Number 15, etiquette, the key that opens Sierra Leone's door. In Sierra Leone, etiquette isn't just politeness, it's your ticket to a warm welcome. Respect is embedded in greetings. A handshake isn't simply hand to hand, it's done with both hands. The right hand shakes while the left lightly touches the right elbow, a gentle message that says, "I truly value you." When meeting a village chief or elder, a slight bow can open the door to a family meal where you'll hear stories few outsiders ever do. Most subtle of all is eye contact. Avoid holding a direct gaze with elders for too long. Here, it can be seen as a challenge. Pro tip, step into Sierra Leone with humility, and you'll receive unforgettable, genuine smiles in return. If you were to step into a village in Sierra Leone right now, would you be confident you could follow every custom and avoid a misstep? But etiquette is only the surface. Walk deeper into Sierra Leone and you'll reach forbidden forests where even locals tread carefully. Number 14, the absolutely forbidden forests of the Poro and Sandy societies. Hidden in Sierra Leone's ancient forests are two worlds outsiders must never enter, Poro for men and Sandy for women. These are not just places to learn survival skills and tribal lore, they are secret schools that have existed for centuries, where youth cross the threshold into adulthood. Rituals, songs, and dances are passed down only to members. Outsiders, even locals, who intrude can face hefty penalties or expulsion from the community. This secrecy has forced more than a few international researchers to leave when they stumbled into the no-go zones. Advice for travelers, respect these boundaries. Sometimes the forest silence is what preserves age-old secrets. If, one night, you hear drums echoing from the deep forest in Sierra Leone, would you venture closer or watch quietly from a distance? Tell me how you'd feel, and don't forget to subscribe so we can keep exploring the surprises ahead. From those hidden rites, let's return to everyday life, where the unexpected appears as a very unusual classroom meant only for husbands. Number 13, a special school reserved just for husbands. It sounds unreal, but in many villages across Sierra Leone, married men, or those about to wed, attend special husband training schools. They don't learn driving or how to earn more, they learn how to apologize to their wives, share chores, and even wash dishes or cook without breaking anything. Classes play out like mini-dramas. One acts as the husband, another as the wife, to practice communication and conflict resolution. The aim is to reduce domestic violence and build happier marriages. Many graduates proudly say, "I cook better than my wife now." Tip, try listening and sharing more. Sometimes that's the true secret to lasting happiness anywhere in the world. If your country had a husband training school, who do you think would sign up first? And while men learn how to be husbands, women here find their own path to freedom, starting with something as small as an old motorbike. Number 12, Sierra Leonean women changing their lives with a single motorbike. Elsewhere, an old motorbike is just transport. In Sierra Leone, it can rewrite a life. Many women long bound by tradition learn to ride, buy their own bikes or receive donated ones, then become taxi riders, couriers, or even first responders, ferrying patients to hospitals. The story of 26-year-old Mama Timbo proves it. Once she got a bike, she not only earned steady income but also founded a bike ladies group to train and inspire dozens of other women. Tip, power doesn't always come from grand moves, it begins by daring to take the handlebars of your life, even with something old and rattling. If you were a woman in Sierra Leone, would you have the courage to swing onto that seat and write a new future for yourself? From those small wheels, we shift to a very different journey, where Sierra Leone once led West Africa with stunning firsts. Number 11. The firsts that astonished all of West Africa. Though today Sierra Leone remains one of Africa's smaller economies, its past reveals a cradle of regional firsts. Freetown hosted West Africa's first elementary school in the 18th century, then Bay College, nicknamed the Athens of West Africa, which produced some of the continent's earliest scholars and lawyers. Sierra Leone was also among the first in Africa to host a tropical hospital and a legal system with black judges. Even in adversity, this small nation led in learning and progress. Tip: when you visit a country, look into its past. History hides surprises far beyond your imagination. If you could study at Bay College, the Athens of West Africa, would it feel like a modern university today or something entirely different? Share below, I'd love to hear. From those luminous pages of history, Sierra Leone pushed forward with a thoroughly modern symbol, West Africa's first green airport. Number 10. An island with not a single car. Imagine arriving on an island with no roads for cars, no engine noise, no exhaust, only footsteps and the splash of paddles. That's Banana Island, Sierra Leone. Covering about 1 square mile with around 500 residents, people here walk or paddle wooden boats. They fish, farm, and cook right on the beach, keeping a slow, nature-bound rhythm. In the forest lie centuries-old graves, echoes of visiting European traders. Tip: if you go, put your phone away, walk barefoot on the sand, and savor the rare silence of an untouched world. If you had to live where wooden boats and your own feet are the only transport, would it be paradise or a challenge? But Sierra Leone doesn't only preserve nature's quiet, it stunned the continent by building a modern airport terminal powered entirely by the sun. Number 9. West Africa's first green airport. Amid economic headwinds, Sierra Leone surprised Africa by unveiling an international airport terminal that runs entirely on solar energy. Located in Lungi, the terminal can serve up to 3 million passengers a year, many times the population of Freetown. The standout isn't just the sleek architecture, it's the solar array powerful enough to supply electricity for thousands of homes. Inside, daylight pours through and natural ventilation cuts air conditioning needs, creating a space both modern and eco-friendly. Proof that a small nation can lead in sustainability. Tip: inspiration doesn't always come from wealthy giants, it often arrives from the least expected places. If you landed at an airport drawing all its power from the sun, would you call that the future, or a beautiful green dream? And the moment you leave the airport for Freetown, you'll meet a new kind of emptiness that still stirs a nation's heart. Number 8. The Great Cotton Tree, the stopped heartbeat of Freetown. In central Freetown once stood a sacred symbol, the Great Cotton Tree. For over 500 years, it was not only a meeting place but a witness to history. In 1792, freed black enslaved people from Canada gathered under its branches to pray, opening a new chapter of life. From then on, the tree represented freedom, strength, and faith. But on the night of May 25, 2023, a violent storm brought it down. Many Sierra Leoneans say that when the tree fell, it felt like losing a piece of their heart. Tip: wherever you travel, don't just admire the sights, listen to the stories behind them. That's the soul of a nation. If you stood before the empty space where the great cotton tree once rose, would you feel sorrow or a reminder of resilience? From that loss, Sierra Leone still shines with stories from the earth itself, massive diamonds that shook the world. Number 7. Giant diamonds that rocked the world. Sierra Leone is famed as a diamond land, and not by accident. In 1972, a stone weighing 968.9 carats, one of the 4 largest ever found, was unearthed here. Decades later, another at 709 carats set auction floors abuzz worldwide. These gems brought major revenue but also recall a dark era when blood diamonds fueled war. Today, the government works to turn underground treasure into community growth. Tip: sometimes the brightest sparkle isn't the gem in your hand, it's how people use it to light the future. If you discovered a giant diamond, would you sell it for wealth or keep it as a family heirloom? I'd love to hear your take. But not everything that glitters is welcome. Even a harmless group jog can be taboo here. Number 6. When jogging with friends becomes taboo. In many places, group running builds health and community. In Sierra Leone, it's sensitive and even banned on city streets. Authorities worry large jogging groups can block traffic, sow confusion, or be mistaken for protests. So, people are encouraged to exercise at stadiums, beaches, or supervised areas. For visitors, it's surprising, but a reminder that the same act can mean different things in different contexts. Tip: always check local rules before you try something new, so curiosity doesn't turn into trouble. If you were jogging in Sierra Leone and police asked you to stop, would you feel surprised, confused, or laugh at the misunderstanding? Sometimes, you don't need a crowd. A simple gesture, like showing the soles of your feet, can cost you respect. Number 5. One-leg stretch can be seen as disrespect. In Sierra Leone, feet aren't just body parts. In many communities, they're considered the lowest and dirtiest, always meeting dust and mud. Pointing your soles at someone, especially elders or honored guests, is a serious sign of disrespect. Travelers can slip up easily when sitting low, under eaves or in traditional gatherings. Tip: sit upright with both feet on the ground, or cross your legs neatly. A small adjustment shows respect for local culture and earns instant goodwill. If you sat the wrong way and were corrected, would you feel embarrassed, or take it as a memorable travel lesson? From these subtle gestures, look outward. Sierra Leone holds a colossal gift of nature, one of the largest natural harbors on Earth. Number 4. A vast natural harbor, the bustling gateway of Sierra Leone. Few expect that, beyond rustic villages, Sierra Leone owns Africa's largest natural harbor and one of the world's greatest. Freetown Harbor spans roughly 10 square miles, deep enough to host dozens of massive ships at once without dredging. For centuries, it anchored transatlantic trade, so much so that American sailors called it the Sea Fortress of West Africa. Today it's still a lifeline. International container ships dock alongside small wooden boats carrying fresh fish from local fishermen. Tip: if you visit, wake before dawn to see sunrise gild the sails as the harbor stirs to life. If you stood on the docks at daybreak, would you watch the giant ships or listen to waves lapping against the fishermen's skiffs? And not only on the water, Sierra Leone's very skin once carried secret signs, tattoos and scars that served as living ID cards. Number 3. When skin became a living ID. Before modern papers, many Sierra Leonean communities used tattoos and scarification as identification. On foreheads, cheeks, or shoulders, each pattern held meaning: a warrior's mark, a symbol of womanhood, or a sign to recognize kin while trading far from home. In chaotic years when documents were easily forged, these deep marks became an unmistakable ID. Today, the custom fades in cities, but in rural areas, elders proudly show scars as proof of a life fully lived. Tip: when you meet them, look with respect. These are not just personal marks, they're living pages of history. If you could wear a mark on your skin to tell your story, what would it say? Share below, I'd love to know. From these personal signs, Sierra Leone offers something rare on a national scale: remarkable religious harmony among different communities. Number 2. A rare land where church bells and prayer calls rise together. In Sierra Leone, faith doesn't divide, it binds. With about 77% Muslim, 22% Christian, and the rest following traditional beliefs, this country stands out for its tolerance. You might hear church bells ring alongside the call to prayer, and see entire villages repair both a church and a mosque together. Holidays like Christmas and Eid become shared festivals, Children might don Santa hats while holding crescent moon balloons. Tip: when you arrive, immerse yourself. This spirit of sharing is a lesson the whole world needs. If your hometown celebrated 2 major holidays together, how electric would that atmosphere feel? From that harmony, we reach a subtle but strict taboo, where a simple question about age can land you in an awkward spot. Number 1. When asking someone's age becomes a delicate taboo. Elsewhere, asking age is small talk. In Sierra Leone, "How old are you?" can be off limits. Age ties to status, respect, and generational distance, so asking directly may feel probing or impolite. People here find gentler ways, asking what year you were in high school, whether you remember a famous soccer match in 1994, or mentioning a hit song to gauge your generation. It's playful and respectful. Tip: share a memory instead of asking a number. Stories often bridge gaps better than greetings ever could. If someone asked for a childhood memory instead of your age, which story would you tell first? And that is Sierra Leone, a land where every gesture, word, rite, and story hides taboos and jaw-dropping truths, making each step of discovery unforgettable. Thank you for traveling with us through Sierra Leone, the land of striking taboos and astonishing truths. But the world holds countless countries with secrets that defy belief. Will you keep going with us to find the next place where culture and tradition surprise you even more? Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the adventures ahead.